2.5 years ago, I packed my entire life into a suitcase. I left the Netherlands and I moved 5,000 miles across the world to California. I didn't know anyone, I barely understood American culture, I didn't have a job, and everything I knew about this country was based on a few vacations I had spent here. Now that the honeymoon phase is completely over, I want to take you guys on a drive to talk about what it's actually like to live in America as a European immigrant. Let's take a ride down Highway 1. Welcome in my 2006 Lincoln Town Car. This is where I want to start the story. American car culture, it's so different than what we have back home. And I'm not just speaking for the Netherlands where I'm from, but for European countries in general, there's not really a car culture. Most things in daily life are built around being able to walk places, walking to the grocery store, walking to get your coffee, walking to your job even. And if it's not walking, it's taking a bike. My entire high school, my jobs I've had, the university I went to, I always took my bicycle, no matter the circumstances of the weather. So it could be raining, it could be pouring rain, you're taking your bicycle. It could be freezing and snowing, you're taking your bicycle. And back home in the Netherlands, they always tell you, or they tell kids at least, like, we're not made of sugar. We're not made out of sugar. So if it's raining, man up, put on your coat, hop on your bicycle, and go ahead. So that's so different than I think what most of you guys here in America are used to. Yeah, there's a car culture here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I love my car. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my car. I love driving this car, and I appreciate the freedom that comes with having a vehicle. But it's also a necessity. At least where I'm living right now in Los Angeles and California in general, it's very hard to get around without a car. Yes, you could bike. You see people biking sometimes, but most of the times it's pretty dangerous. There's not really bike paths. You're biking like next to the cars. You could walk, but Los Angeles is such a big city. I mean, try walking to the grocery store even, right? It's also inconvenient, I feel like. Back home, it's normal to go to the grocery store almost every single day, and you just get what you need for the day. You walk it back home, you cook your meal, and you call it a day. And here I think it's more common to do grocery shopping for maybe a week, maybe multiple weeks, maybe for large families. So like a trip to Costco, I can't imagine having to do that on my bicycle. Where would I leave all that stuff, right? Just getting a pack of toilet paper wouldn't even fit. So it's just a totally different world. But I like it. I really like it. When I got here and I was looking at cars on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, I just knew I had to get myself an American car. I've always loved American cars, and when I saw this Lincoln for $5,000, I just knew this had to be the one. This had to be my first car in America, and I'm so happy that I still have this car. It brought me to places that were so special to me, so beautiful. My wife and I have gone on many, many trips. In case I forgot to tell you guys, which I did, I am married to my American wife, Sam, who's also lived in the Netherlands for 4 years. So we've both experienced both sides of the world, and eventually we decided to move back to the US to chase our dreams. But coming back to the car culture, the scale of everything here is just crazy too. It's even the road that we're driving on right now. This is unimaginable back home. It's so widespread. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 lanes on this road just alone, and this is not even a big highway. This is the Highway 1, which is a beautiful highway to drive down the coast. But everything is just massive in the US. The cars too, right? A Lincoln Town Car is a pretty big car. I mean, it's small compared to some of the trucks that I pull up next to, but it's a huge car compared to the cars that we drive back home in the Netherlands and in most of the European countries. This would be unaffordable to drive there. We pay road tax in the Netherlands, so driving a car like this is going to run you a couple $100s a month just in road tax alone. Then the gas. Oh my, don't even get me started about the gas. Gas in California, at least where I pay my gas, is $5.89 now, which is extremely expensive for the US. Please let me know in the comments how much the gas is in your state. Um, but back home, believe it or not, gas would be between $12 and $14 a gallon. So have fun gassing up your big car. I would cry at the gas station. So yeah, that's just something that's so different. You can't really compare it. I like being able to walk to places, but I also love being able to just be in my car, put on some good music, have a nice little Red Bull, and just enjoy the beautiful scenery, right? I mean, look at where we are right now, guys. It's just so beautiful, and every day that I get to hop in my car and drive by these beautiful places, I just realize how lucky I am, how grateful I am for the life that my wife and I are building. The next thing I want to talk about is the people here in the US. One of the reasons that my wife and I enjoy the US so much is because of the people. The people here are so different in their mindset, also with their way of being social, with supporting other people. It's truly amazing. The people here really make the US, in my opinion, one of the greatest places on earth. They make you feel so extremely welcome. The amount of comments I've already had on posts on Instagram: welcome to America, welcome to the US, you're gonna do great here. The amount of conversations you have on the street, in the grocery store: hi, how are you? It just makes your day so much better when people are more positive. And even if they're not positive, at least they make it feel or make it look like they're positive. Back home, I'm used to people not talking at all. If you walk into a grocery store, it's extremely difficult to hold a conversation with someone, especially with strangers, because most of the times they're just going to be looking at you, and yeah, they don't know you, so why would they talk to you? If you ask them how are you, that's such a strange question for us. Mostly we just say goedemorgen, and that means good morning, but you say it in a way where it's like, is this really a good morning to you, or is this just something you have to say because it's like part of the daily routine, right? If we're in the elevator in my old apartment, it was always goedemorgen, goedemorgen. And good morning is different than good morning. You know what I mean? So it just makes your day so much better when people are positive. And the day I decided to move to the US and I told my colleagues about it and the people back home, I got so much hate. It's honestly unbelievable how much hate you get when you try to do something for yourself, right? Back home in the Netherlands, everything is built around being the same. Everyone has to be the exact same clothes, same boring life. And if you do something that's different, then you're gonna get hate for it, because you're escaping, the normal life that people want you to live. So when I said I'm moving to America, they're telling me, wait till you get sick, wait till you're gonna go to the hospital, wait till you lose all your money, wait till you lose your job. Just see, you're gonna be back in 2 years from now. How about, hey, that's so awesome, you're gonna do that, have fun, go kill it over there, man. Where's the positivity in all of that? And Americans are just so much more positive and so much more supportive, and they really cheer for success, and they love big ideas and dreams, and they encourage you to dream big and to chase your dreams, and that just feels so much better and so much more easier to live your life that way. And I honestly feel like it gives you more quality of life, and that's such a huge difference from back home. I always see people commenting, yeah, but you can't sit on a nice terrace out here. There's no like city center where you sit on the terrace. And yeah, that's true. In Europe, they like to sit and have a coffee, and then what they do is position all the chairs so that you're looking at people, because that's the thing there, right? You look and stare at people and you judge them for the way they dress, for the way they talk, for the hobbies they have. You just always are judging other people, at least in the Netherlands. In Spain, this might be a totally different story, just like it's a different story from state to state here in the US. But I absolutely hate that. I hate judging people for the things they like to do. Let people do their own thing, mind your own business. And that's definitely something that's going on here and that I appreciate a lot, is that people just in general mind their own business. And if you want to wear a pink shirt today, go ahead. If I want to wear a cowboy hat today, go ahead. Cool hat, bro. Cool hat. You know, who cares what you're doing with your life, man? It's your life. So for me personally, that feels like freedom that I've never experienced back home. And when people ask me, like, what do you appreciate most about the US? I always say it's the people and it's the freedom. And they don't understand the freedom part. And I can understand that they don't understand it because, to be quite honest, you can't really explain or understand that feeling unless you've lived here or you live here for a longer time. I've been here on vacation a few times, but once you start living here, the vibe is totally different. I love helping out in the community, and that's such a big thing here in the US too. What I see around me is that people are really there for their communities, They like throwing free events, handing out free stuff for the kids, helping the homeless, doing stuff for animals, right? Like free dog treatments, cat treatments, medical treatments. I don't know how to say that, but there's a lot of stuff for the community, and that's also something I'm not really used to from back home, because I don't know, it's hard to say if we even have a community. I think the smaller villages, there's more of a community sense, but I lived in Rotterdam, which is the second largest city in the Netherlands, and the community feeling is just completely gone, if you ask me. It's just completely gone. I mean, wherever you go, it just feels unsafe, to be honest. It's like every year the city is just getting worse and worse, and people are getting more rude and more rude. And my wife's been called all kinds of names there. People even tried to spit on her, and yeah, don't even get me started. If you don't like where you are right now in the US, I highly suggest to travel for a little bit and broaden your horizon. And I think most of the times that will make you realize how nice of a place the US is to live. It's a unique country with unique people, and it's honestly such an amazing place to start your life, build your dream life, and just go for it, Yes, it's expensive, but so is the Netherlands, so is Spain, so is every other country nowadays, right? Everything is getting expensive. But the US has opportunities that no other country has, right? People are starting out on $100,000 salary, right? The first job I had here was a sales job that I absolutely hated, but I made so much money in that sales job, I would have never made that back home. And then, yes, yeah, people are living paycheck to paycheck, but to be honest, I don't understand how that's possible with, even in LA, which is one of the most expensive places in all of the US, right? You could easily survive of $80,000, $80,000 salary, easy. I don't know what you're doing to not be able to survive off that. Yes, my rent is $3,000 a month. That's more than double what I paid back home. But I'm also making triple what I make back home. People forget that, in the Netherlands, an average salary would be $2,200 a month, right? That's what I made. I used to work in radiology. I made 2,200 euros, so that's about $2,500 a month. Guess how much my rent was? 1,500. Guess how much the electricity bill is? 300. Guess how much it is to get your health insurance? 190 a month per person. There, you're living paycheck to paycheck, but here, no, there's no way. But I understand how people do it, right? You have credit cards, you forget to pay them off, you have to pay the high percentages on those credit cards, the interest fees, you get a brand new car with a car payment, all that stuff, and you can't blame people because maybe you didn't get educated about the importance of money and how money really works, and that you can't buy stuff that you can't afford, right? I mean, if you can't upfront the money for a car, the entire amount, just don't get the car, right? I'm not out here driving a new Mercedes-Benz on a $900 a month car payment, right? I paid $5,000 for this beautiful Lincoln, 2006, 20 years old, and it's doing just fine, right? I love driving it. It's taking me everywhere where I have to go. I'm, creating memories in this vehicle, and I absolutely love it. Um, Coming back to the car stuff, but yeah, I look very much forward to making a lot of videos about the US. This is just a quick little, preview, and I've experienced so many things here, and I'm working on building my dream life together with my wife. And part of that dream is to get out here on YouTube and tell people about my honest experience of this country, my experience as a very normal European guy, Dutch guy, who is very down to earth, who is not hyping stuff up. I'm just talking about my personal experience and the way I look at this country and at the system and the people in this country. And yeah, I can't wait to start sharing about that. I am so excited to start this channel. I have had a YouTube channel that was in Dutch. It has over 10,000 subscribers. Did really, really well, and I'm still putting out videos on there. But one of the things that I got, that I heard from people in the US is they have no idea what I'm talking about, and they're also trying to make me push my boundaries, right? Aim for higher goals and bigger goals. And one of those goals is to build a channel in English so that not only people from back home can enjoy it, but also people here in the US and people in the rest of the European countries. If you want to know anything specifically, I realize this is my very first video and maybe no one even watches this video or doesn't watch it to the end. If you have any specific topics, put it in the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I have a ton of topics already written down that I'm going to make videos about, probably a little bit more structured than this video here. But I just felt like recording my first English video today, and I had to take the car out and just do it. Sometimes you just got to do it instead of just thinking about it, and then never doing it. So that's why this video. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I hope you want to tag along on the journey. And let's make this YouTube channel something great, something that we can all enjoy. And I wish you all a very great rest of your week. Thanks for watching. Peace.